Hello everybody, how are we doing today? I got a little bit of a different episode for you guys again today. Today we have the Minelab Vanquish 440 and the Minelab Equinox 600, and we're going to be testing some very petite chains today. So I have 4 different chains here. This is actually I have a couple chains and a bracelet. So this is a very, very petite silver chain. I forgot which detector I actually found this one with. It might have been the Vanquish at the beach, not sure. But we're gonna be laying these out probably long ways and clumped up a little bit, just to see if these detectors even read them and what they're gonna read them as. So I also have a super petite gold chain here that my girlfriend Destiny actually found on the top of the ground. This was a surface find for her while she was at work, so an incredible find for her. Props to her. That just goes to show you really don't need a metal detector to find treasure. You just got to be looking for it, you know. Keep your eyes peeled. So this gold chain here is very, very petite, and I'm going to be interested to see how these detectors react to this chain without the pendant on it. I know for sure they're going to hit it with the pendant on it, but I'm not sure if they're going to hit just the chain, so that's going to be interesting to see. Also, I do have the 6-inch coil on the Equinox, but I'm not going to be trying that today. Maybe for a future test, that would be cool to see if the 6-inch coil hits on these chains any better than the stock coil. And then we have a little silver bracelet here. This one it's got some little silver beads or balls on it. And then we have a slightly thicker silver chain here. This one should read up pretty nice. All of them are marked 925, and we also have the gold pendant on this silver chain. This is something I found in a previous episode out on the beach with the Simplex. So we're gonna see what this stuff sounds like. We're gonna lay it all down, swing over it with both of our detectors. Probably not gonna bury anything. This isn't gonna be a depth test. It's just gonna be to see how sensitive these detectors are to these very tiny chains. So let's jump right into this one, everybody. Appreciate you tagging along, and let's see what these things read up as, huh? All right, so I got all these pendants lined up down here. This one is just laid out completely flat. I'm going to take the pendants off of these chains afterwards because I know that they're going to hit the pendants no problem, but the real question is the chain. So here's that thicker silver chain with the gold anchor pendant attached. We have the, where's the other little silver bracelet? You lose them quick in this, so I can see how people lose them. Look, here's the little tiny bunched up silver pendant, or not a pendant, that's the necklace. Let's try to find the bracelet around here, huh? Here's the bracelet right here. And then right over here, we have the gold chain and pendant. So I'm gonna strap you back in and let's turn on our detectors, see what this stuff sounds like. So we're running both of these machines with the stock coil on them. Nothing special. We're going to be probably running them in maybe a few different modes, but I'm going to try to keep this one relatively short. So let's start with Park 1 mode and start swinging over them. First things first, that decent sized silver chain with the gold anchor pendant on it. Park 1 mode, multi-frequency, see what it sounds like. I'm getting a 1 with the gold. That's very interesting, everybody. So I'm over the chain and I'm over the gold pendant, and it's giving me a solid, it's giving me a 1. You see that? Now if I get more over just the chain, it starts to bounce up a little bit more, but that's interesting how it's reading that low. I would think that that gold pendant would definitely read up higher than that, especially combined with the chain, but that's why you just never know, really. You just got to get out there and test. This way it's hitting it a little different. Like, that sounds like some junk if I've ever heard some, you know? 10, 1, 2. So that doesn't sound good. Let's get over to this one. This is the silver bracelet. Very small. Let's see what our sensitivity is. All right, it was a little low. Let's run it stock. Still gonna be reading the same numbers though. Very bouncy silver bracelet. Very faint tone. Turn the volume up a bit. This is in 5 tones mode, I do believe. Yep, 5 tones. So 1, 6, 3, very bouncy. Here's the other silver chain. This one's very petite. This one's balled up though a little bit more. These other ones are kind of sprawled out. So if they're balled up, they're definitely going to give you a better reading than if they're laid out flat, you know. But it's still very bouncy. 7, 8. That's why I always say silver doesn't always read as a high tone. So if you're out there silver hunting, you know, consider still digging the low tones, because that's silver. 8. This is silver. 1, 4. This is actually silver too. There's some gold to it, but getting a higher number on it now, but very bouncy. Let's get over to the gold here. Here's the gold chain and the gold pendant. 7. Nice solid 7. But without that pendant on these chains, I wonder what they're going to read as. So let's swing over them with the Vanquish. Let's just do it in Park 1 for today. I don't want this to get too long. We're going to swing over these targets with the Vanquish, and then we're going to take the pendants off of that gold chain and that other silver chain, and we're going to try to hit just that tiny gold chain, because I don't know if either of these detectors are going to be able to hear it. So we're going to go our usual, whoops, turned it off. We're going to go our usual mode today, which is jewelry on the Vanquish 440. Nothing special. I always just turn it on and go with the Vanquish. Super simple to use. So let's swing over that gold and silver. Gold pendant with the silver chain down here. It's also reading a 1. Giving me a 1 on the Vanquish this way. Giving me another very, very bouncy target, everybody. So that's why it all kind of comes back to you. You just got to dig it all, man. Going from 1 all the way to 14, bouncing all over the place. Little silver here. Very faint tone there. Turn up the volume here. It's hitting it, but not very good. Sounds like some junk. So where's this other one? Here's our other little silver balled up necklace here. Hits it a lot better, of course. 7, 8. Pretty consistently. And then the gold chain and the pendant over here. Just blaring, man. If that pendant, because the shape of that, it's in the shape of a heart, it's just going to sound good every time. But how is that chain going to sound without the pendant on it? So let's take the pendant off and we'll swing back over it. Now we're going to have to be really careful about this one, not losing it, because I don't know if these detectors will even be able to hear this chain without the pendant. Here's how small this necklace actually is. Very petite, you know, there's not a whole lot of gold there. I don't know what this thing weighs, but let's see if either of these detectors can hit on it, because I'm very curious myself. So I'm going to put this down. I'm going to just drop it right down. And we're going to swing over it. We'll start with the Equinox first, then we'll get to the Vanquish. All right, what do you guys think? Let's see if I can even see it. I cannot see it with my eyes, so let's just swing the Equinox and see if we can find it with the Equinox on the surface. It's in Park 1 first. We're going to try Park 2 after. Might have a better chance at hitting it. That ain't it. Uh-oh. Not hearing it. Oh, there it is. I see it. Okay, I can see it on the surface here. And the Equinox is not getting even a chirp on it. I can see it. Let me just switch it to Park 2 before I move. See if it makes any difference at all. It absolutely does. But now I'm getting a little bit of EMI in Park 2, which is strange. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm getting a little chirp action. but in Park 2 mode, it's actually starting to hit it. So that's at 19 sensitivity. If we were to pump our sensitivity up, let's try to noise cancel. Like, these testing videos can always get very long, so I could try it in multiple different ways, multiple modes, but at the end of the day, the video would be like an hour long. So let's see. Let's turn our sensitivity down just a little bit more, back to 20 stock, swing over it, see what happens. So it's definitely hitting on it, better in Park 2 mode. Giving me a pretty solid 1 there. And in Park 1, I don't think it hits it at all. Park 1 mode, you don't even hear it in Park 1 mode, so that's something to consider, everybody. Check that one out. So if you're looking for gold chains, Park 2 mode might be the way to go. I am sweating bullets. I'm gonna try the Vanquish now. Not sure if the Vanquish is gonna be able to hit it at all, but let's check it out. All right, here comes the Vanquish. Let's see, we're gonna start it in, I guess, jewelry mode. Started a couple bars down from maximum sensitivity. And let's see if we can hear it. Lost it again. I see it. Here it is. Not hearing it right now. Nothing at all. Let's turn our sensitivity up. Let's go all the way up first and then back it down. 1, 2, 3, 4 bars. Swinging over it. I see it. There's nothing. I hear nothing. So pump it up 2 more bars. We are in jewelry mode. 2. I'm not really getting anything there, I'm gonna be honest with you. Maybe, I will say maybe maximum sensitivity, it might hit it, but if you're running this thing in maximum sensitivity, you're gonna be getting false signals all over the place and you're not gonna dig it even if it beeps. So, you know, with that being said, I'd say the Vanquish did a pretty good job on everything else, but when it comes to that very tiny gold, I mean, I'm telling you, man, this thing is like, I'm surprised the Equinox even hit on it, to be honest with you. Like, this thing is teeny tiny. All right, everybody, I think that's gonna be about it for this one. Now, this video wasn't to say that one detector is better than the other. Of course, the Equinox is the superior machine. I don't do these tests to say, you know, this detector is better than that. I do it out of curiosity, really, you know. And at the end of the day, I like to reassure myself and others, really, about those low tones, man. In a lot of cases, those low and iffy tones are gonna be some of your best pieces of jewelry. So, you know, keep your eyes out. I know that there's a lot of aluminum foil at those low numbers, but just stay optimistic, keep on digging, everybody. We're cleaning up the park one piece of trash at a time, and eventually we will get rewarded. So I know gold, man, if you're not digging those low numbers, like between 1 and 10 on the Vanquish, the Equinox, any of these Minelab machines, you're missing gold. So, and you're missing silver too, because you saw even some of these silver chains were reading down there. So dig those iffy targets, everybody. I appreciate you tuning into this one. I will probably be doing some more tests here in the near future, and I'm going to be giving away that Rico Max detector real soon. So stay tuned for that video. That will be the comment entry video. So stay tuned, everybody. I will see you guys here in a little bit. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the continued support. I sincerely appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Treasure Outdoors out.